Welcome to Grim Survival. I'm still alive, and I am live here with Prep Your Stead, unless you're a gray man, and then it's Steed. I don't. Did you hear that the other day?
I did. A lot of people do that. But Steed, Steed, is a horse.
I know.
Stead, Stead, is like homestead.
I know. I don't get how they mix that up.
Everybody does.
Uh so your channel link is the second link in the description, right under Grindstone Ministries. Everybody go check out Prep Your Stead if you wouldn't mind. I see Papa Prepper is out there. How's it going, Papa Prepper? Independent Marine. Greg, what are you doing out there? I sent you a message earlier. Yeah. How's it going, everybody? Let me know that you can hear and see us. How do you say that name? Is it Kiki or Kiki? I don't know.
Kiki.
Kiki? Is it Kiki?
Kiki.
Okay. I'll take your word for it because, yeah. Yep, I'm just going to take your word for it. I see Arkansas living out there. He's still got to introduce me to stuff. He keeps telling me I don't know stuff, and I'm waiting for him to introduce me to him.
Yeah, what kind of stuff? Is it like stuff, or is it a person stuff?
I thought it was a person. He's constantly telling me I don't know stuff. I think it's a person. I don't know. Maybe we'll see if we can get him in the chat and tell us a little bit later.
But that would be good.
Yeah, that'd be fun. Everybody always loves it when Arkansas shows up.
Right? Who doesn't love a big hat?
Several people comment on this one that they don't like it at all. They want me to put this one back on. And yeah, look how dirty that thing is.
Haters gonna hate.
Of course, they always do. All right. So, like I said, I got questions. I put together this questionnaire. So
and
you're in the hot seat. Are you sure?
Possibly.
Okay. Yeah. Oh, just before I get started there, we are going off just before 9 o'clock because Angry Prepper is going to be live with Prepper Nurse 1. Prepper Nurse 1 had a channel strike and his channel's been shut down for a week. And he's got something to say over on Angry Prepper's channel. So I'm definitely going to be there to check that out. And I encourage everybody to follow me because it's going to be a good chat.
Absolutely.
OFC Nation, send me an email, man. I've been trying to find your email for like 2 days. Oh, wait, no, I think I sent you an email. Did I send you an email? I think I sent you an email. I don't remember. I've sent so many emails, I can't even remember. But anyway, let's get on with the questions. So first, about your channel. What made you start a YouTube channel of all things to do?
Actually, Facebook made me do it. I was in a bunch of groups, homesteading groups on Facebook and a bunch of prepping groups on Facebook. And anytime a woman popped up and said anything, every man in there had to get in there and mansplain how they could do it better, how to do it the right way, and all of that. And I said, you know what? Screw you people. I'm going to show women that women can do it. So I did.
Good idea. So you are on a homestead by yourself, if I'm not mistaken?
I am all by myself, 20 acres. I'm converting a 16 by 40 foot shed into a house, and then I have a 16 by 44 yet to go for my parents.
Yeah, I seen you put in that window the other day. How'd that go?
Oh, well, let's just say I was sore.
Yeah, I bet.
But it's shining in my eyeballs right now.
It's hard to put in a window, and to do it by yourself is even more difficult for sure.
Well, and that was a big window. That was a 3 foot by 4 foot window, so they're not light.
About as big as you, so.
Just about. It weighs about the same.
Yeah, that seems like a lot of work. I have installed many windows, but usually I had somebody to help me. Usually. Yeah,
I haven't had any help with the windows yet. I've got 2 more to go, and I'll be done with windows.
All right, Joe. I'll pop it up on the screen just for you, man. There we go. Joe's being weird again. Joe, you're being weird again, man. Kind of creepy. Creepy Joe. We're going to start calling you Creepy Joe. I think you should rename yourself to Creepy Joe. That'd be awesome. So what do you plan to do with your channel? Like channel goals? What, I mean, I know you're showing a lot of the construction work, but
right. Well, once the construction is done, I actually will get into, like, this spring, I'll be building chicken coops, pig pens, cow pens, things like that, so that I can show people how to start growing their own food. The garden will be going in, so I'll get some gardening going in there. I've got hydroponics that I've got to restart because they froze when the house got down to -42 inside. Um, so we'll get some of that going. And then on the prepping side of it, of course, how to preserve all of that and put it away for later use.
So how did you survive -42 inside the house?
I woke up, it was really cold, and I called the hotel and I said, "Hey, my propane line is frozen." And they came out and got me because my truck was frozen, couldn't start the
Wow.
truck. So they came and picked me and the three dogs up, and we all went and stayed in a hotel for a week while it thawed.
Dogs included, huh?
Dogs included.
You can't leave the dogs.
Oh, no,
I bet they were
no.
cuddling with you in -40 degrees inside the house.
Well, they've never crawled under the blankets on the bed, and I woke up and they were under the blankets, and I was
I
like, something's not right here.
bet they were keeping you warm, though.
I was warm. I had no clue until I stuck my head out and I breathed out, and this big old fog cloud was there. I'm like, oh, it's a little chilly.
Just a little, huh? -40, just a little chilly.
Well, I'm used to it being between 32 and 38 when I get up in the morning. So
Yeah.
I know it was way below that.
Okay. Do you heat the place with a wood stove then?
Um, at that time, the wood stove had gone down because we had 85-mile-an-hour winds that actually destroyed the double wall pipe.
Hmm.
Today, I actually just finished installing all new pipe. The pipe cement is setting, so it'll be ready for use tomorrow. And I
Awesome.
have a little propane heater that hooks out to the 500-gallon tank, but when the regulator freezes because it's
Yeah.
-42, you don't have propane in the heater. Even my buddy heater froze.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's pretty bad when your buddy heater freezes. Now, people always say that propane's better to store because it won't freeze very easily, but obviously you proved that wrong in -40 degree weather.
Well, it freezes at -40, and with the wind chill, it was actually -54.
Wow. That's
Yeah, it
cold.
was cold.
Yeah. I think the lowest temperature I've ever been in was -20. It was the lowest temperature I've ever actually felt personally. So that was entertaining.
Yeah. No, no, it's really not.
Yeah. Yeah. But I've also been in 120-degree heat. I've been in humid 120-degree heat. I've been in the desert in 120, 130-degree heat, somewhere right around in there.
Mhm.
Phoenix, Arizona was nice in the summer. Not, no, no.
Yeah, see, and my whole family, we used to camp every year, hardcore camping, in Death Valley National Monument. And so it'd be like, 130 during the day, and then it'd be like 50 at night.
Yeah, and that's
And
dangerous.
it is
It's very
really
dangerous.
dangerous.
I mean, anything under 50 degrees is hypothermia weather. And when
Mhm.
you're acclimated to something warmer than that, especially 100-degree weathers, you can actually get hypothermia when it's above 50 degrees if your body's not used to that kind of temperature. So,
Right.
yeah, very dangerous, especially right now in spring and autumn types of year. Anywhere in the United States can be very dangerous to people that hike and camp and they are not aware of rapid temperature changes like that.
Yes.
Yeah,
And actually, Death Valley, they have foreigners that go there for the summer, and they die because they don't know not to go hiking in flip-flops, and they hike down, Zabriskie Canyon, and they die because they don't take enough water. They take, just your little water bottle of water, and they die.
yeah. It's sad, but common sense eludes most people.
It does.
I
That it
mean,
does.
you shouldn't be doing things like that without some basic knowledge. It's just
No,
basic
not at all.
knowledge
Yeah,
because, I mean, to me, that's just the simplest thing to
you would
know
think.
to dress appropriately because the temperature is going to drop at night. But I grew up, out in the middle of the country on a farm in the middle of nowhere, and I was always outside, so I know how it goes.
See, and I actually didn't grow up homesteading. I grew up underneath LA International Airport where the Crips and the Bloods started. So
That
I
sounds
grew
fun.
up in an absolute slum. And I was the odd kid out. I hated it there. I'd spend every single summer out on my godparents' ranch because he was a game warden. And that's where I went every summer. And then I cried because I had to go home.
So people are asking where you are located if you're willing to share that information.
I am in central Montana. I'm not on the mountainside of Montana. I'm in central Montana where there's more flat rolling hills. I've got prickly pear cactus naturally growing in my yard, but I've also got pine trees. And so I've got a good mix of trees. I've got sagebrush. I've got nice long tall grasses. It's actually an ideal area.
Yeah. I've been through Montana a few times. The last time I was there, I was driving a semi truck. And I think I got out at the truck stop and the snow came up to my knees. And they told me I shouldn't drive through it, but I did anyway. And I just kept pushing through about 30 miles an hour until I hit right about the Idaho line. And that's when the snow stopped and I drove out of it and it started pouring down rain. So,
Yeah. See, and I actually had more snow in California than I have here.
yeah.
I think I've had maybe a foot here this year.
The weather's definitely weird. So,
yeah, no, we've been having really bad wind. We had 85-mile-an-hour winds the other day that actually took off with my water totes.
wow. Yeah, we've had really bad wind here all day today. It's just now started to die down. I think we've had 40-mile-per-hour winds most of the day. So, yeah. Hey, JT, thanks for joining. I'm going to say hi to JT so I don't forget this time. Sorry, JT. I forgot last time. I didn't forget. I was eating dinner and then I was setting up this live stream and I wasn't watching chat. So that's just my own fault there. So I assume just being on a homestead, that's, natural need to prep. So I assume that's what started you in prepping?
Actually, it's not. In 1982, I was 11, and that was the really bad year of tropical storms down in Los Angeles. And the water actually got so deep outside our house that the boat floated off the trailer.
Wow.
And I became that weirdo kid. I went down to the Army Navy store with my little allowance money that I had saved up, and I bought a external frame pack and I packed a bug out bag. And that's what got me started.
Yep. I mean, all you got to do is live through one disaster, and then you realize, well, most people, not everybody, because there's still a lot of people that go through hurricanes every year, and then they get caught in Texas when the temperature freezes. And hey, look, Gray Man showed up. We were just talking about you.
Well, and my family still makes fun of me for it to this day.
Really?
So, oh well. But they'll live when everything goes bad because I've got stuff for them too.
Carmen Gizzy, thank you for the super chat. Cut down your first tree today. How'd that go? Well, you're still here, so I guess it went well. More short preparedness. How's it going? We the people got muted over in Alaska Preppers live stream for saying that he was talking to me. He told me I was going to use my stimulus check to buy lot lizards, is what he told me. Do you know what lot lizard is?
I have no idea.
You don't know what a lot lizard is? Okay.
No.
As a truck driver, you learn certain things, and
ew.
Yeah, never mind. Then we'll stop.
I got it now.
Okay, that's good to know.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right.
Ugh, yuck.
Yeah. So I'll refer you to We the People for that one.
I got muted in your chat yesterday morning because Combat Bacon said something about breakfast, and I was going to ask him about it, and it deleted my comment asking him about his breakfast.
Google moderators?
Yeah.
Yeah, I've got a screenshot of that. I've been meaning to throw up on a video of. I was in Gray Man's chat the other day, and I'm a moderator there. And all I was talking about was tying somebody to my chair. And yeah, they deleted my comment.
I could think of worse things to do.
Yeah, especially in this chair. It's so entertaining.
Oh my God, that chair is horrible.
I know. I know. But everybody tells me I should keep it because it adds entertainment value to the stream.
And it could be driving away your trolls.
Yeah, it might be the trolls come in. I just start rocking in the chair. That's a good one. So, all right, let's talk about some more prepping. How much coffee do you have stockpiled?
35 pounds.
35 pounds. You got more than me. I've gotten an extra few pounds of coffee in the mail very recently. Irish coffee, actually.
I'm actually on a subscription club, and I have them send me an extra pound every month.
Wow. Have you ever tried double dead coffee?
No, I have not.
Double dead coffee is the strongest coffee there is. Do you like
I
a black
need that. I, I have to put creamer in mine.
then you definitely need double dead coffee to drown out the flavor of that creamer. Let's see, I got the bag sitting. I got to unroll it because it's getting low. I got it from Amazon, and that's a 2 pound bag. And yeah, I've had it for quite a while. And
I'll have to go check that out.
yeah,
Yeah, see, but you have to understand the cop world. We all have our little bottle of creamer in our fridge in our break room. And
mhm,
if anybody messes with your coffee or your coffee creamer, they die. So we all have our little creamers. It's like a little creamer war.
just
It's
like,
awesome.
is it like booby trapped? They touch it and it like electroshocks, or how's that work?
We actually got in trouble for that.
Really?
Um,
Oh, do
um,
tell that story.
Actually, they put it under hazing, and they actually said that we were causing each other to commit suicide, which was not true. Um, that would
Wow.
be the job that was causing that. And they said that we were horrible, mean, evil people. And yeah, they we, if somebody touches your coffee creamer, you take their jacket and you wad it up and you wrap it in tape, but you leave a little bit of it sticking out, and then you soak it in water, in a bucket of water, and then you
Hmm.
pull it out and you wrap it in more tape and you put it in the freezer.
Yeah, that sounds painful.
I don't see anybody killing themselves over that, but
No,
it'll make sure that they don't touch your creamer again.
I'm sure. Would you like to discuss a little bit of your past employment or careers?
Let's see. I drove ambulances in Los Angeles for 10 years. I was at the Cerritos air crash. I went through the LA riots, the Malibu fires, the Northridge earthquake, all of the flooding that actually put San Pedro and Terminal Island underwater. Then I went into prison nursing, and I was a prison psych nurse at a maximum security prison for the criminally insane.
That
And
sounds
that
entertaining.
I actually did treatment on Charlie Manson, Ed Kemper, people like that. So
So
if
you
you
personally?
know, personally, I've met them, dealt with them, done treatment on them. And in the psych hospital, we actually, the nurses, did the takedowns, the restraining, all of the correctional type duties. So then when I transferred into the prison system, they said, "Oh, here, go pass meds." And I said, "Yeah, no, this isn't for me." So I went over and became the correctional officer, went right back knocking them down and taking them out. Much more fun that way.
Uh, Tracy says, I'm going to die if you take my creamer. So I guess that works opposite for some.
I won't take your creamer, but you're not going to take mine.
Good point. So yeah, you've seen a lot then as a prison nurse. Yeah, that just yeah, I couldn't do that job. I
I
could.
have stories that you just. Then again, in the ambulance world, I've got stories. We'll talk about those stories later because YouTube will just cancel the show.
Yeah, probably. More than
Oh,
likely.
I know. So
We'll have to have an interesting chat then. That sounds yeah. I gotta know now. Uh, we need to do lives over on Phoenix where we can just say anything because I can do lives over there. I got to figure out how to link StreamYard to it. No, I'm going to work on that definitely. So,
good idea.
I still had a questionnaire. Yeah, I forgot. So, I assume you have food supplies stored.
I'm sorry, I didn't catch that.
Do you have food supplies? Like,
Yes, I do.
do you can your own?
I can my own. I have cans that I've bought. I've also got. I don't have much of the freeze dried stuff because, quite frankly, I can grow my own and replace it.
You know,
So I think I've got like 3 or 4 months of freeze dried because I really don't need that. But everything else I have is all mostly stuff that I've grown and canned myself.
I have a couple of cases of Mountain House, quite a bit of canned food, which I'll never tell anybody how much, and a lot of dried goods, rice, beans, noodles, etc. So, yeah,
Well, I have discovered that my pantry is not big enough and I had to expand into the attic.
yeah, I've discovered the very same thing. Very, very same thing. My pantry's not big enough. My bedrooms are not big enough. Yeah. Um,
It's more fun that way.
I'm getting commentary over here about you were a police officer as well.
Yes.
I mean, you've just done it all, didn't right?
You know, everybody tells me I need to write a book because my life has been nonstop excitement. I
So
mean,
when's the book
I,
coming
I
out?
was actually, right. I was actually at the emergency room when the big rig rolled in with the whole Reginald Denny started the riots crap. So,
Uh,
yeah. So I've
wow.
been there, done that.
Doesn't sound like fun, but sounds exciting.
It was really exciting. And I think that's part of the problem is because you get hooked on that adrenaline and you need
Mhm.
it.
Nope.
If somebody can get my adrenaline started at this point, it'll go for hours. Most people, they have that adrenaline rush. It peters out in, half an hour or so. Not mine. I actually have to take medication to calm it down because it doesn't stop. My adrenaline doesn't shut off.
It sounds like you and Jason from Angry Prepper have a lot in common on that aspect.
We had a really good talk about that kind of stuff. Yeah.
Yeah, I bet. Yeah, I'll just go ahead and throw that comment right on the screen because I know exactly what you're talking about there. As a truck driver, yeah,
Exactly. Don't slow down. Don't
no, don't
bother.
slow down, don't stop. I've seen so many videos of truck drivers getting pulled out of their trucks, and that's not what I meant to do.
Yeah. No, that was a bad, bad situation. And he was really screwed up.
Yeah. Uh, poor truck drivers. I mean, everybody's
I
always mean to
respect
truck
him.
drivers.
Nah, I respect them. I've got friends that are truck drivers, and I sure as hell couldn't do that job.
Yeah,
I
it's
wouldn't want
very
to.
stressful. It's stressful and very boring. I
Well,
think
see,
it's the most
I'd
boring.
want to drive on the wrong side of the road.
Yeah, yeah, just thump, 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 thump. Why not? That'd be fun.
It is. I'm telling you, getting to drive on the wrong side of the road is awesome.
Yeah. Well, why were you driving on the wrong side of the road?
Because I was driving an ambulance.
Oh, so you just drive wherever you want. Okay, I get you.
Exactly.
That'd be something I need to drive. I've driven just about everything else. I want to drive something with flashy lights on the top that make people move. That just sounds fun.
Police cars are just as fun.
Yeah.
They are.
You ever get to drive the Chargers, or did you get stuck with the old Crown Vics?
Now we got the old Crown Vics.
And those things topped out at 120, didn't they?
About that, yeah. And the ambulance regulator clicks on at 106.
That's just sad. I
It
mean,
is.
that's just sad.
Although when you're going down into San Pedro off the 110 and you got to make that loop into San Pedro, you don't want to be doing 106.
I tell you, I came down I-70 into Denver, and I was pulling about 40,000 pounds in my 53-foot trailer, and I got that rig up to about 90 coming down there before I started jamming the engine brake and pumping the brakes a little bit, slowing it down. Because you can't just ride your brakes all the way down the mountain; you'll set them on fire.
Yeah,
So
no, thank you.
yeah, you gotta ease it down. You don't just but it's better not to let it get up that fast anyway. But when you're pulling 40,000 pounds behind you, yeah, it just kind of happens some days. Green
Right.
Prepper, how's it going? Yeah, you are late. Shame on you. I like picking on people in the chat. It's fun. So,
Why not?
is there any holes in your preps? Anything that you're missing?
Well, my son used up a bit of ammo, so I
Uh-oh.
need to replace that. And though they look at me funny because every day I go into the hardware store and I'm staring at the cabinets asking them, when are you going to get more? Because it's hard to find anywhere right now.
I've found some if I go into Indianapolis. I've gone to some very bad neighborhoods and found ammo, but the prices on it is just so ridiculous.
Yeah. Well, and my cousin owns a company where he builds custom loading equipment. And so I just recently hit him up and asked him to start building me a system, and I'm just going to start reloading. I
Awesome.
used to do it when I was a kid. I don't see why I can't do it again.
Yeah, I mean, you just got to get that powder mix right, otherwise you'll blow your hand off. But
Well,
that's
well,
just
he's also a competition shooter, so I'm sure he'll give me good word.
all right. Let me know when you. Well, even if you're making your own ammo, I've heard that primers are the hardest thing to find right now. So you have a skill
Yeah.
constructing those, because I'm told they're easy to make.
Well, that's the lucky thing about my cousin is that he also sells all of the supplies for reloading. So that's my hookup.
Awesome. You got a hookup.
I have a hookup.
We're gonna chat about that a little bit later for sure. Dan,
I should tell him that I'll
want
give
to
a
get my car to propane. I can't just drive into any gas station and fill it up with propane. That just would not work out for me.
Yeah, propane. They bring a big old truck out here.
I mean, there are semi trucks that run off natural gas. That'd be more. That'd be better than doing propane, because I can actually find natural gas stations and go fill it up. So yeah, but not propane. You can also convert your engine to run off of wood smoke, wood fire. I've seen it. It's a gasifier engine.
I've seen it, but I don't think I'd trust it.
I wouldn't trust it either. I've been in a car fire. I was driving a rollback wrecker for AAA in Texas, and they had an air compressor behind the seat. And I called them 3 or 4 times. I smell smoke in this truck. There's something wrong with this truck. And they're like, no, it's fine. Just keep driving it. Caught on fire on the side of the road. Well, it caught on fire. I pulled over on the side of the road, got all of my stuff out of it, and then started hitting it with fire extinguishers. So 4 people later, a couple truck drivers stopped, a couple other people stopped, and we're all hitting this fire with fire extinguishers. Could not stop it. It was no.
Yeah, no thanks.
So
I'd rather not burn to death. Burning is horrible. I've watched people burn to death. I don't ever want to see that again.
I don't want to burn or drown. Neither one sound pleasant.
Actually, drowning is probably the way to go. It's very peaceful.
It doesn't seem. I've almost
It
drowned
doesn't
several
seem
times.
it, but
It's not peaceful at all.
it's the pre-drowning that's not peaceful. But in all reality, the actual once you breathe in that water, it's actually more peaceful.
Sounds painful to me. Just yeah.
I don't
Breathing
ever
is painful.
plan on drowning, so
Neither do I, but
I know how to swim.
I gotta increase my swimming skill. It's not the best skill I have for sure.
Yeah, no, I'm good with the swim. I can swim a few miles.
We the people says if he's burning to death, he's gonna shoot himself. So yeah,
I would too. That
yeah.
it's horrible. I listened to 17 people burn to death. You don't ever want to experience that.
Yeah, no thanks.
No.
You've just seen it all then, haven't you?
Yeah.
Yeah. That sounds like some stories to tell there.
Oh, lots.
So what survival skills do you have living in that kind of an environment, shelter building, things like that?
Um, if you can name a shelter, I can probably build it. I am really good. That's actually one thing I'm really excellent at is building shelters.
Mm-hmm.
Because it's just I've lived in a cold climate. Even in California, I was in the very northeast corner. So I've lived in a cold climate for the last 20 some odd years. So shelter building was really important. We'd go out with the kids and, do something for the day. And I'd throw up a shelter so they'd have some place to go in and hang out and be warm so that they wouldn't freeze while we're out chopping down trees for firewood or getting the Christmas tree or whatever we were out doing.
Good skill to have. So
Very good skill.
Fire starting. Do you have a lot of fire starting gear saved up there?
Oh, good Lord. I need to sort it out because I've got so much of it that I need to have extra bags that I can stick in other places because I've got one in the car, I've got one in my bug out bag, and I've got other bags of it just sitting around going, oh, I should do something with this. I should do something with that. I've got.
Tinder do you store?
I'm sorry?
What kind of tinder do you store, like fat wood or things like that?
I have fat wood. I've got these little fire starters that even light underwater. I've got
Tabs.
I take the dryer lint.
Tabs too. Yeah.
Yep, yep. And then I take my dryer, well, when I had a dryer, I still have a bunch of them though. You take your dryer lint, you shove it in an egg carton, throw some paraffin wax over them. Those work really great and they'll burn for half an hour
Wow.
and they'll start anything. Um, I've got fire stuff coming out my ears.
So I was told, I'm going to try to pull it up real quick because I was told that I now have a whole bunch of wipes in my house. Just I'll tell you all about that later. Where is it? Um, a certain type of wipe, nail polish remover wipes, highly flammable.
They are, well, nail polish removers flammable, so that only makes
Yeah.
sense.
So I'm going to get my hands on some of those and see if I can actually start a fire with them. That's going to be an interesting test.
I would imagine it's the fumes on them and
Yeah.
not the white, because the fumes on them have got to be pretty noxious.
Hmm. Yeah, I'm curious if it would work. It'd probably work better if you threw it in a already lit fire to maybe give it a little more, but I don't know. I'm going to test it anyway, just because. Why not? See if I
Well,
can.
it I would imagine it's like gasoline. You can throw a lit match into a pool of gasoline and nothing happens, but if you
Yeah.
throw it into the fumes, it lights.
Yep, I know. Yeah, we'll see. We'll see if I can get it to light. Maybe. I don't know. We'll see. I got to try anyway because I'm a pyro. I like to burn things. So yeah, I need to make some more car cloth. Yeah, that's why Jason likes me so much. I start fires, he puts them out. Yeah,
That could be.
that could be
Every fireman needs a good arsonist.
exactly. I gotta be like just trying to help him out. Give him overtime. So obviously, you got a lot of medical skills. Do you have a lot of medical preps?
I do. I have everything you can think of. I could
Every
actually perform surgery.
awesome.
So,
So anybody in your area needs you in the mag like immediately.
we don't have any mags around me,
Really?
really.
I'm sure there's some somewhere.
No, I've actually gone online looking to see if there's any that advertise around here. And I live in a neighborhood where all of the neighbors are older, like 70s and older.
Have you checked Bear
So,
Independence Forum? Because on Bear Independence website, he has a forum where people come together by
right.
state.
Well,
And
and Prepper Nurse One does too. And the closest person to me was like 3.5 hours away.
well, it's better than nothing, I
Yeah.
suppose. Kiki owns you apparently, so she's all my here. I'll show her. Where is that? Where is that comment? There it is. I got to find it on two different programs. There,
She's right.
she's right, huh?
Yeah.
Yeah, we'll have to discuss that later too. Anybody have any questions for my guest? Please put it in all caps, and I will attempt to throw it up on the screen because we are about 20 minutes away from Jason going live over there, and we got to hear what Prepper Nurse has to say. Yeah. So let's see. What's your favorite EDC? I mean, as a cop, I assume a Glock is your EDC
It
defense
is. I have a Glock 29 10 millimeter.
10 millimeter. How do you feel about the G19 then? 9 millimeter.
Not fond of it. I have really, really big hands.
Yeah,
And so when you start getting down into those smaller guns, I actually had to put a magazine extension on this one just to make it fit my hand.
really. Yeah, I have small hands, so I have to. Yeah, G19 fits perfectly. It's
Yeah,
very
no.
it's perfect.
And my duty weapon, I have one. It's a Glock 22 40 caliber.
40. Yeah,
Yeah, but I don't like it. I don't
I
like
didn't
that
like
one.
40 calibers either. I had a Smith and Wesson 40 cal, and I didn't like it at all.
Well, the nice thing about the 10 millimeter is that I can get bear load for it. And so I can be walking around out here, and if a bear comes in the yard and is a problem, I can put a bear down with it.
Have you had to do that before?
I have shot bear before when I was hunting, but not with this one.
Any been in your yard?
They do come through here.
Really? Do you
Yeah,
have any livestock that they would be coming after?
not at the moment. Right now, I have my biggest problem is coyotes.
Ah,
We've got a horrible pack of coyotes, so I got to pull out the conibear traps and figure out how to get that going and trap me some coyotes,
what are you going to do with them after you trap them?
bury them.
You're not going to try to skin, keep the fur?
Oh, well, I may. It just depends on. Yeah, coyote hair really doesn't do much for me.
Okay. Well, you never know if
But
you
if
might.
but if you want them, I'll mail them to you.
I'm good. I'm good. You can mail me a certain shirt. I do need to make some more charcloth. But yeah,
But yeah, no. If a bear wanders through, he's toast. I got a whole herd of deer in my yard too. I
yeah,
actually just picked up a bow. I'm starting to learn how to use a longbow.
really.
So that's my newest project. So
How's it going?
it's going. I can hit the bale of hay now.
I've been looking at crossbows just because they're so much easier to sight in and they're really accurate right out of the box. And
Well,
buy it.
I want to get a compound bow as well, but the longbow, I'm actually doing that because it's for something else that I actually specifically want to do. But the compound bow, they now have them with an easier draw. I've got two torn rotator cuffs that I have to have an easy enough draw. So now that they have an easier draw, I can do that.
That's good to know. I'll look into that for sure because I think compound bows are, well, depending on the brand, can be cheaper than the crossbows, actually, if I'm not mistaken. But
Yeah.
I've never really gotten into bows or archery at all. So that's why I was thinking a crossbow would be better because it's more similar to shooting a rifle.
Well, see, and I have a what is it, a wrist rocket that
Hmm.
I've put a whisker biscuit on, and then I shortened down an arrow a little bit, put a golf tee in the end, and I can actually take and shoot arrows with my wrist rocket.
Now, what could you take down with something like that? I mean, what's the,
You can take down rabbits, small game,
that'd be a good thing
foxes,
to
things
have in
like that.
a bag for sure.
It fits really great in the bug out bag.
I'm going to look into that for sure. Hey, good information. Um, yeah, like I said, guys, questions in all caps. Otherwise, I'm just going to ignore you. I'm talking to you, Joe. I like picking on Joe. He's fun to pick on. SHTF Engineering. How's it going? Coyotes don't like dragon's breath. Okay. What is dragon's breath? Am I missing something
It,
here?
it's a plant. I have to see if it'll grow in my zone. Um, I live in zone 4, so it's a little chilly. I can't even plant anything outside until the 7th of June.
Wow. What's your growing season like then? Only a few months?
Yeah, it ends on about September 1st.
So what do you attempt to grow in that short window you have there?
Um, Everything. I just started with the hydroponics, so I'll grow a bunch of stuff that I can keep year round in that. But everything I have, all of the seeds I have, I've actually bought them so that I can get the seeds started inside and get them to transplant height and then put them outside. But they all have very short 55 and 60-day growing lengths before they start producing their fruits.
Uh, Joe's calling me names now. Let's see if I can find his comment. Yeah, I'm just gonna let you read that. He's giving you advice, so I don't know anything about bows. I know very little about bows.
Well, the longbow is, a good 5.5 feet long. It's almost as tall as I am.
Yeah.
So,
Are you planning on doing
that
competitions with that?
actually, I have applied for the show Naked and Afraid for about the last 4 years. And so I would like to be able to get on there. And if I can get to the 40-day XL, I'm allowed to take a bow.
Really? How about making your own bow?
That's something that I would love to do, but I don't have the right trees for it.
But you never know where a show like that would send you, though.
Um, True. I'm okay with that.
Well,
But
you might be in a place that
you
has
don't
good
have,
trees.
but you don't make the bow. They actually send you with the bow.
Okay.
They give you like 2 or 3 items that you get to take with you, and that's all you get.
A bow would be helpful for sure.
It would.
Where's Greg at? He needs to sign up and go with you.
Not too many people can handle that.
No, for sure. I've
But
seen the show and I don't get it. Why would you go out into the survival situation with no clothes on? That just
you
doesn't make
know,
sense.
a bunch of my friends have done it and they've said, "Oh man, you've got to do this. You'd be so good at it. You know all this stuff, so go do it." So,
Well, good luck. I hope you get on.
me too.
It might be entertaining.
It might be, and luckily they have little blur bubbles so nobody goes blind.
Joe says, I mean, hold the bow off to the side so you don't drop the damn arrow starting out. Yeah, I know what you meant about can't, Joe. Is it? Yeah, I know. I read your typos. I speak Taiwanese. We the People has a takedown recurve bow for his bug out bag. Now I've seen some of those takedown survival bows. I've thought about getting one, but yeah, I just haven't done it. Gray Man has a medical question. He was a combat medic or a military medic of some sort, if I remember correctly. Sorry if I got that wrong, Gray Man.
I haven't done any amputations. However, I have taken lots of parts with people to have them put back on.
What kind of parts?
Parts.
But what was the most distinct part that you've had to take? I mean, yeah.
You're really going to make me say that.
Yeah, you
Yeah.
know where I'm going with it.
Oh yeah, no, yep. I actually had to go because a guy decided that he wanted to be a woman and he sawed it off. And
Ooh.
I had to take that with him. And then get this. They sewed it on, they put him in the psych ward for 30 days. They let him out. We got a call back to his house. He cut it off again and flushed it down the toilet so we couldn't take it and have it put back on again.
Why? Just I have nothing else but why.
I don't bother trying to figure out the why anymore.
Okay, well.
Hi, Sable.
But I gotta know. I wanna ask him why.
He wanted to be a girl. Go lay down, you guys.
There's other ways. I mean, they make pills for that.
Okay, but this was back in the very early 90s, and that was not real common.
Well, I see. Sounds like your dog is ready to join the show.
She's trying to grab my arm and drag me off.
Is it time for dinner or something?
Oh no, they ate. They've still got food left. They just hear me talking and they get jealous.
Oh, I see. He wants that attention. Yeah, come on, you got to be a star now.
Come here, Sable.
That's a big old dog.
This is the little one. Hey, Sable. That's the small one.
Apparently, my toes are being stepped on again. I just got a text. Stepping on my toes. I forgot my steel toe boots. Yeah, I don't even know if I want to ask any more questions after that. That's just.
You demanded the answer. I provided.
Well, yeah, I knew it was going to be entertaining. You should see the comments. You'll have to go back and read the comments after the live because, yeah, I can't even keep up with them all at that particular moment. There was a lot of OMGs, I can tell you that. I just don't get people.
I've taken noses too. People have cut off, removed their own noses.
They removed their own nose.
Yeah.
Did somebody bully them and tell them it was too big?
Like I said, once you've seen stuff like that, you stop asking why.
I can understand that. After a while, I would assume. I don't know. I'm a very curious person by nature. I think I would question every single one of them. You know, see, people are asking why in the chat. You see, right there.
Well, and one guy, he actually shot his nose off.
Like this?
Like this.
Oh.
And that This
With
is
what
why I don't
number?
ask why. He goes, well, I didn't think it would really take my nose off. You're putting a gun to your face and pulling the trigger. What the hell did you think was going to happen?
Wow.
I mean, there's a reason that, we used to have survival of the fittest, and somewhere we've lost that.
I agree completely. If we still had that, we'd have a whole lot less trouble in the world right now.
Because
I mean,
these are the people that mated and had the kids that eat Tide Pods.
exactly. Exactly. They thought it was a delicacy. Oh,
Oh,
people are just so stupid anymore. And
oh,
really, yeah, it's just getting worse.
so much worse.
Uh, yeah, that's an interesting thought there about the nose shooting guy there, hillbilly prepper. That I agree. Maybe that's a possibility.
Actually, I've seen that too. I've seen that particular comment as well, where he
Hmm.
had it in his mouth and he pulled back and it took out his front sinus, and they actually made like this plate that went over the front of his face. He had no eyes left, no nose. All it was the open sinuses. Oh, it was the most disgusting thing you could ever smell.
Smell?
Smell. Because we were actually taking him from the hospital to the rehab center, but open sinuses just smell absolutely disgusting.
I'll take your word for it. I don't want to smell that. I
You
mean,
don't.
does it smell worse than death, I suppose?
Not worse than death and not worse than gangrene, but it's right up there.
Okay. Wow. You got some nasty stories.
I told you, I've been
You, you,
around.
you need to start telling these stories on your channel. I mean, you'll get a lot of views for that.
Well, if I ever get to where I can have lives, we'll sit and have story time.
Yeah, may need a trigger warning for the replay. Yeah, I agree. Yeah. I'm not going to give it anyway. People are just going to have to figure it out for themselves. All right, so we got about 5 minutes left. If anybody has questions, please put them in all caps, as I keep saying. Cat lady, yeah, I'm trying to find that. There we go.
I love that name.
I do too. She's just waiting for me to say it too. I know she is. Cat lady, can I tell your story that you told me in emails today to everyone? Would you mind if I said that? Please put that in all caps if you wouldn't mind, because it was horrible.
Well, and I have to do all this on my phone when I do all this. So typing in to say good morning to her, it's like
We're going to have to
10,000.
get you a laptop. You need a
I
laptop.
have a
It works.
laptop. I
Well, yeah,
need
I need to fix
internet.
that too.
Yeah.
All right, Cat Lady says, yes, I can tell the story. So she sent me an email today that she had taken her 5-year-old male cat to the vet to be fixed because he was fighting with other cats. And the vet put the cat to sleep, saying that they thought that's why the cat was there.
Oh my God, that's horrible. That's
Yeah.
a vet that needs to really reconsider what he's doing.
Yeah, I told her that she should get a lawyer and see what she can do about that. I think that's what she's doing. So,
I hope so.
yeah, me too. Me
That and
too.
get a bander. Do it like sheep, get a bander.
Yeah, do it yourself. Yeah,
Yep.
that's a good idea. Very good idea. Papa Prepper, man, what are you up to out there? I see you. I see you out there. Lake Fury, how's it going? Did you get my last email, Lake Fury? I sent you another one. Why does everybody always have to tell people I'm married in my chats? I'm like, it's like every chat lately. Every single one. I'm going to say it one more time. If any female wants to send me lewd or nude pictures, I am more than open to it. You can send them right to my email. I will be making an OnlyFans account. I'm going to throw them all up on there. I'm going to critique them all to hell, and I'm going to make some money off that. So please go right ahead and send them to me. I'm all for it. I'm going into business. Just
It's better than the pictures that I get, because there are just some things I don't want to see.
Arkansas living, quit flirting with me. Yeah, yeah, there are some things I don't want to see either, but when you start getting a lot more subscribers, which I'm sure you will, you're going to see a lot of things. But well, yeah, you've told me you've seen a lot of things already, so I don't
I
think
worked in a male prison. You have no idea.
you won't be surprised at all by what people send you. It's weird. It's weird. Cool things come in the mail though, because yeah, I got this in the mail, which is 1 ounce silver coin, fine silver.
I
Yeah,
take 2x4s, 2x6s, plywood.
there you go. If you want to send her gifts, she needs building material. Send the plywood. I don't need Arkansas's pick. He has a channel. I've seen what he looks like. He pops on here every now and then. Is Papa
I,
trolling me? Papa, you got to be green to troll me, man. We have a higher standard over here. You got to have a green name to troll. It's just the rules. All right. Well, we got about a minute left. Is there anything you would like to say? Shout out anybody or anything like that? And yeah, I agree with this comment.
I actually am working on it. My secretary, Miss Christie, is helping me out with that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I know how to find publishers, and I know one in Norway who's got best-selling books in his country, so he might be able to help with that. And I have his direct contact actually, so I have so many
That'd
contacts.
be
Huge,
that'd
huge.
be good to have. Yeah. No, a book is a great idea. I just have to sit down and start at the beginning and work my way through 30 years of work.
Yeah, yeah. I'm sure it will be a probably a pretty high rating for that. You know, from an age standpoint, I don't know how book ratings go, but probably adult.
Well, when I got my skull Christian, they told me that I wasn't allowed to talk in therapy because I trigger people with all the things I've seen.
Let's see, I'm missing a comment I got to throw up here real quick. Scrolling up, looking for it. Still scrolling up and looking for it. I don't see it. I'm still scrolling up. Man, how long ago did you send it? Just, yeah, send it again. Yes, send it again. I know you can hear me because I've scrolled like way up and I don't see it. And I know I'm not blind or anything. And your name's really easy to spot. Yeah. Well, I'm waiting. I'm waiting for your comment to come back up. Hopefully it doesn't take too long. I don't know. Some of the things. SHTF Engineering, when did you send it? Because if you sent me an email, I haven't checked my email in like the last 2 hours. So, and I've gotten at least 400 emails over the last 3 or 4 days.
That's crazy.
Yeah, it really is crazy. Hopefully there will be a certain video up online and I can just start pasting the link and they'll leave me alone. Hopefully.
That'd be nice.
It would be nice, wouldn't it?
But I don't blow up my email box, please. I don't mind answering questions and I don't mind giving advice and help, but don't send me pictures. I don't want them.
Nobody needs the pictures. I'm still waiting for you to resend that comment, man. Where are you? I'm scrolling up again, seeing if I can find it. Because there it is. I found it. There we go.
Maybe. Maybe.
Scroll up a lot.
That depends on behavior.
There you have it. You now know. Everyone now knows. All right, I'm going to have to call this one because Angry Prepper's up in about 2 minutes with Prepper Nurse 1. It's going to be an interesting live stream over there. And Prep Your Stead, thank you for joining me. Remember, her link is in the description.
Thank you for having me.
Go check her out. If you haven't done so, I expect to see lots of gremlins over there. Lots of them. Check out this ferro rod somebody sent me. That thing's nice.
Well, it is. It's great. That's awesome.
Yeah, people mail me things. I like it. I like it when people mail me things. P.O. Box is in the description, everybody. All right.
All
I'm
right.
going to
Well,
hit the
thank
button.
you.
Yep. Say bye. Bye, everybody.
Bye.
See ya. Maybe I'll see you. I don't know. I might need therapy after this one.
Or maybe you broke it.
There we go. We'll just end it like this.
Oh.